Hi, I'm Zach, and I am a slime connoisseur. While looking for things to do during the COVID pandemic, my daughter and I probably made slime a couple times a week. There's all kinds of ways that you can make it, and it's actually a fun little chemistry experiment with some teaching points along the way. So a couple things we're going to need: some standard glue, some baking soda, and some contact solution. These are the most important ingredients. They're easy to find around your household. So first we're going to take the glue and dump it into our mixing bowl here. I'm using 4 ounces of glue for this recipe. And we're going to go a little bit heavy on the mixing agents to make it a little bit less messy, just for the video purposes. Okay, so we've got most of that in there. The next thing we're going to want to do is take some baking soda. I'm going to measure, probably about, we'll do 1 teaspoon and another half here. So we've got 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda in there. We're going to take our spatula and make sure we get that mixed up nicely. After you get this mixed together, you can put a lot of things in your slime to kind of modify it how you like. A lot of people will use shaving cream and make it nice and fluffy. You can put food coloring, glitter. I like to add a little water myself just to make it a little bit easier to play with. So we'll get that mixed up good. We will add, we'll go with some yellow food coloring for this one. And some red glitter, just for good measure there. And make sure we get that mixed up nice and uniform. We want all that baking soda mixed in well. After you've got that mixed up good, next you're going to add your contact solution. And this is what's going to activate it and make it stick together. If you don't use enough, you're just going to have some really sticky glue on your hands. So let's make sure we got this right. I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons for this. And like I said, you can use less of the contact solution, less of the baking soda. The more you put in, the more solidified it's going to become, so it's just something to play around with. We'll put that in and we'll start mixing it. It's going to act pretty quickly. So you can start with your spatula here. Once you see it starting to kind of clump together, you can set that aside. And then you're just going to use your hands and knead it like dough. And there you go. In just a couple steps, we've got a nice yellow sparkly slime here. The slime is classified as a non-Newtonian fluid. It's got solid and liquid-like properties. And it's just a different polymer we created by making a couple chemical reactions. So again, this is a great activity to do with your kids. If you can, let them measure out the solids, let them measure out the liquids, just keep an eye on them. There's a lot of great teaching points here. And I encourage you to encourage your kids to think about what's actually happening as they're mixing these things. So thanks everyone. Have fun making slime.